definitely. How was your nerves visiting after we uploaded the night? Guys, the rain is raining. It wants to rain. The rain wants to fall.
Hayi boss. Noba angaba useless kangakanani utata omntana. Okusalayo utata.
I wish that I could cough out my emotions in a healthy manner.
Hi guys.
Hi. We are back like umqolo.
Yes, and welcome to yet another episode of
Asikope.
This is me, your girl Ulungelwa, and
I am Sivo. Welcome back, guys. Welcome. Thank you so much for the day ones, guys. Not getting subscribe video yet. Basically, our day ones. Thank you so much for subscribing. Please do not forget, if you are bumping into this video for the first time and you have not yet subscribed, please make sure that you click the subscribe button, comment, like, and share.
Faves. We'll try and keep the content flowing.
Definitely.
Yeah.
How was your nerves visiting after we uploaded the first one?
Yes, I just don't want to think too much about it. I was like, if it happens, if not, well, but we are happy for the support we've been receiving, the feedback. Thank you guys. We're doing the much we can with the little that we have. Yeah, well,
Definitely.
as time goes by,
someone like camera, Sibe director, Sibe yabona Sibe proper.
Yes. But yeah, so far we've got some good feedback, and for a disclaimer yet here last, thankfully asinyathilanga zikhonzi zabantu. Yeah, but it was valuable lessons that we've learned with the topic that we had the last time. And how are you?
I am good. I don't know, but I'm just exhausted, guys. Like I exhaustion corner that I don't understand, and I just bumped into some things with TikTok where they're talking about the morning they don't know. I'm like, okay, I don't really like believe these things, but hey, I'm exhausted. Probably because the end of the financial year is busy.
Yeah.
But normally in the previous financial years we'll be so busy more than what we are now. But the catalyst is like no catalan and no I don't know, maybe I'm just the catalyst anxiety. It could be. But I'm okay. I'm okay, except that I'm a bit tired. Like I'm dragging myself, but I did later now most of the time I'm like, Sibo, please, like you need to, So yeah. Other than that, I'm okay pushing this life thing. Why?
I have no choice.
And how are you? How's your heart?
I'm fine. I think I can relate to the fatigue. It feels like end year fatigue, and it's only March. It's been 3 months since the year started, but guys, like it's a lot. But I also think, remember before, I think there's something that shifted, especially like in the business space, the workplace. December is no longer December wophumla. Usually, remember December ixesha where you go to the family. Yes, there is fun, but you get time to relax, and by the time you come back to emsebenzini, you feel like rejuvenated. But Ngogo is like after 3 months, you need a holiday. We need a holiday after December, because December is not enough.
But don't you think it's growth part of Budala, guys? Like I'm just thinking, back in high school, I don't remember being like this tired, being exhausted or not. I feel like now when I get to, we are parents, we are wives, we are students, we are employees, we are. So at that time we were just done a school.
Okay.
Now you are a lot of things and you are. So I think the body takes it. It does take a toll. Because wow,
okay, that makes sense.
Yes, and another disclaimer, guys. Remember we did say last time we are near airport, so there's a sound that comes at the back, and yeah, I'm sorry, there's nothing that we can do
for the moment.
For the moment, until we are able to book a studio.
Yeah. So I think maybe you are right, because the older we grow, the more roles we have in society. So ungutapsi, ungumarazi, ungumtana, and then you are a mother, and then you are a. So there's like a lot of duties that you have
to someone.
Who
just becomes a child all of a sudden. All of a sudden, yeah, there's that. And yeah, what's in your mind? What did you see on the socials that caught your interest? Oh, you just said reason. You just said there must be a reason, guys.
Yes, there must be a reason. I fully support.
But maybe you can give a context of those that did not see what reason did. Maybe a context of.
Okay, so in as much as we are entitled to our own opinions about other people's lives, I mean, like we are right now.
Yeah.
But when now our opinions start infringing on other people's livelihoods, and we start making them question their
appearance, because the standard of beauty, and like just comparing like a band, basically, it's not a nice thing to do.
Exactly, and as it is, people have it difficult about me, so it's not for us, it's not on us to making other people's lives even more difficult. So the manner in which he stood up for yeah, we knew there was a rumor going around that they dated, but the manner in which he approached it, say it to my face, and yeah, I'm glad he was able to do that and stand up for Umtwake.
Yes, Rizen Alakain, aka Baniman, I don't know. I was a Rizen girl because I'm Baniman.
No. But yeah, no, he did a really good thing. I think it is on us to protect other people even in their absence. It shows the kind of character that you have as a person. If yes, but if you are able to say, no, not in the corner, like man the corner, just so yeah, it's on us to protect the people that cannot protect themselves, and it shows ubuntu, and a very good character trait. So big up
to the man of the moment.
Yes.
Man of the moment.
And how he handled it also, because like the way we thought being Atsinje, he's just gonna write one.
I wonder how he knew Mama Shuta powers. Just wanted him, like, I had a lot of like things that I'm not understanding.
Yeah.
Wasn't because they're not like, it's not like the main podcast OMG and the other PNC, they shoot in one studio, so or the kid is one. That one they go in different venues. So wasn't about shoot happy.
Okay. The producers, and there's someone in the background who didn't like what was happening, and they were like, I need to put a right into this wrong. But however it happened, we're glad that it happened the way it happened, and we're glad the correction was made on a public platform and people were able to see. And the wrong was rectified. Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Big ups to Rizen. I hope baby get happy. I hope baby get is like, that's my man.
Yes.
That's my man. I don't know what's on my mind. Guys, I don't know. I'm still on Kediwe's issues. I'm deep in it. But not necessarily Dr. Kediwe's story only, but I just feel like at this point there are a lot of women that are coming out and sharing their stories, and it goes to show baninzi abantu bafokofayo, guys, bafokofa, and umfokofo wabo includes financial abuse, and I feel like, I don't know is it because siqhele into yoba umntu that afuneka provide, then we don't see it as a financial abuse if
a man is doing it.
A man is doing it. We are only seeing it as financial abuse if
when
the woman is doing it.
double standards, maybe. Especially if you are in the union of marriage. Maybe the playing grounds are different. Okay, they are different when you're a girlfriend compared to. But I think it goes with the treatment. And I think it's different because of the treatment that she received throughout the marriage and like ebambelele still. But
yeah, but still, I mean, all the women that are coming out, it's the same scenarios. Like, okay, not the same, but it's similar scenarios where a woman is taking care of the man, but the man is not appreciative or whatever the case is. But anyway, that's what is on my mind, guys. Like, I'm just still thinking about these things, and I'm just seeing a lot of stories on TikTok, on Facebook, and yeah, abantu bayagowa, basically. Abantu bayagowa. But also another thing that is on my mind is mental health, guys. Like, I feel like there's a lot of I feel like we just say and but there are a lot of people that are just going through it to a point that some they actually just taking their lives, like that comedian Ebenezer that took his life. And yeah, but guys, please take care of yourselves. Please prioritize yourself. Prioritize your mental health. Yeah, just take care of yourself. And with that being said, what are we talking about now, Clanche? Please introduce the topic.
Your mental health that you just mentioned. I think if people can start taking it as an illness, it can change how people view it. Depression can be taken as blood pressure. Blood pressure, no, it's not that. Okay, it is deep.
High blood.
Let's say sugar diabetes.
Yeah, that's the one I wanted to say. Yes.
When you are diagnosed of an illness such as sugar diabetes, then you are required to have like a certain treatment or like take a certain treatment for it to get better or to keep it under control. Same applies with depression and anxiety. It's actually something wrong with the brain and how it functions. So it's not about a person is feeling, it's got nothing to do with feelings. And I'm not disregarding people who are feeling sad, down because of situations that they're facing. But depression and anxiety is something that is clinical. You can do your research on it, but it is deeper than just feelings. It's just people, they could have everything because clearly it's how and it's not about what the person has or they don't have. It's a mental illness, and if people can take it as an illness more than anything, I think we could change how society looks at it, and we could have a better view, and we'll be able to help people who are suffering from it. And then on that note, before good night, guys, the rain is raining. It wants to rain. The rain wants to fall. The rain is. Junior secondary. The rain is about to fall. I don't even want to talk the correct English. Oh, the rain is raining.
The rain is raining. Yeah, that's what I want to say. I don't want to talk the correct English. I want to say the rain is raining. So the rain is raining, guys, or the rain is about to rain. Okay. But yeah, let's just get into it. And yeah.
So the topic of the day is having kids versus not having kids. And we have the perfect scenario for today's topic.
Definitely.
Because we are like on the polar opposites. I have a son, he's 7 years old, and
I don't have.
Right.
I don't have.
So we just want to talk about the intricacies. I'll delve deep into the intricacies of having a child, and she will also delve in the intricacies of not having a child. So,
but or it was those things that just happened.
I fell pregnant with my current son when I was 27.
Oh.
So I'd like to think about 27 is like a reasonable
age. Yeah.
Actually, I think by 27 we should be done making babies.
Aye.
Jonga, you know, I think the sooner and the earlier you have kids, ne? The
But
better
if you're stable,
it is.
I would think if you are stable, because it's gonna take off.
But you see now, that's where like things went wrong to begin with. This whole economics around babies.
I am an economics baby. Like you swear I did economics from grade 1.
So having a child, I think by the time you get to your 30s, because it's such a beautiful experience to have kids whilst you're still young. Yabana, right now, I sometimes wish I had a child when I was still in high school, and I'm not saying teenage pregnancy is
not
a good thing. But when you see those ladies, probably they're in university right now, and they're done making babies, and then when I hear you are thinking of second born or third born and
first born,
you are tired. You are like
I'm
you just
still thinking
can't
about
keep
the first
up.
born in my mid-30s. In my mid-30s, I'm thinking about the
But
first born.
also like having a kid, it has its advantages. I won't lie. It's a beautiful experience. I've had the most beautiful experience. But if I were to advise Umuntu on having a child, I usually tell them, do not. Like, just stay as you are. Don't think that the human, we don't matter that much. I think we as human beings, we think we matter. Like, it's fine, guys. Let's just evaporate.
We want to live this life. Sumpil and Jani.
So when I disappear into thin air, in this earth. So I had my son, like I said before, when I was 27, and when I had him, I honestly wanted to have a child. And I will say it was for selfish reasons, because I wanted to feel important in someone else's life.
Oh, okay.
And this was a year after I had lost my mom. So it's like I felt like I was not important anymore. Because the one person whom I felt I was important to or I mattered to was no more. So I needed to find a reason. And because I also think if I didn't have my child, there are like circumstances that I came across. I don't think I'd be here right now. I think so Ubakonabike has helped me like navigate life and see things in a different light.
way.
But the thing with having a child is that there's a saying, Eti, when you have a child, the world has a hold on you. Like, it's like you are at ransom. They could just easily come grab them because of the society we live in. Honestly speaking, if we are being honest,
Yeah.
Like it's
it's not like ukuzala ukuzelu, like guys. Don't even ukuzala ukuzelu. Uzala inkwenkwe akalali.
Ukuzolula in a way, because there's certain things you can't kill lamans. Like you just there's certain things
that
you
no
can
do,
but you just decide not to do. But the manner in which the world we live in right now has changed. It's a lot more scarier to have a child, and it's on us because the city abantu abenza obubi, and then it affects abantwana.
Yeah, get you.
So cases like I was late, for today, I was late for our recording. I was supposed to come in at a certain time, but I couldn't because I had to wait for my son to come back from school so that I could take him to aftercare, or to tatake, so that azohlala naye. But someone else could have just locked the house.
I would have done that.
Continued with their life. You have no care in the world, but unomdana.
Oh, I mean the scenario of I would have just locked the house and left because I don't have a child. Not in the scenario. I said, yo, all right, I meant in a case where I don't have.
Yeah. So there's a lot of my life right now is what's the word? So my life revolves around my son, Yebo. So if there's anything I need to do, I need to make sure that he is cared for, he's catered for. Even in my absence, there won't be like ithuba elibonisayo uba umama akekho. So even na xa ndingekho phambi kwakhe, he's in my mind. I could be out there having fun, like drinking and dancing and like having the time of my life. But it doesn't feel okay for me to be out there having fun and he's not with me, because I always feel like he is my responsibility.
Yeah.
And I also think it became a lot more challenging. I honestly feel mama, because Tina singabantwana bomakhulu, remember? So mama bethu, well, ngamantombazana. Child, no, I've got a stop field to attend to.
Yeah.
So it's very important to have a support
training, guys. Hey, baby, stop.
So where were we?
We were talking about, I don't know.
So okay, I was saying about having a child with a good support system is very important. If there's one thing that we are missing in this day and age is the child okulisa community, because now people have turned into being monsters and stuff. So we don't trust the community with our kids. But Tina sikhuliswe, like I knew about if I'm feeling umama engekho or ukhiwe endlini for some reason, I could always go next door and I'd be fed, the works. But lately, you can't risk that with your child.
You can't.
So
definitely can't.
The advantages of having a child is that, like, even when your world looks gloomy, with just one thing, it could make your, like, it just put a smile on your face. Like, it gives you a reason to try harder, to do more, to do better. So, but the disadvantage is the constant worry. Like, you know that your child is with people who care for them, etc. Like, like in safe
but
places.
Even schools are not that safe anymore. Yeah, they're not that safe anymore.
So you are at a constant worry about how safe is my child, because safety is just one aspect that plays a huge role as when you are a parent, especially a single parent at that, because I had him dingathatanga, so I classify as a single parent. But now, which also because of the because of how the relationship was, the importance of knowing about, yes, he's my child, but I'm go way too. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So I feel like a lot of people also lack empathy and the maturity of actually understanding about when there's a child in the picture. Unless your child's safety is on the line, just put your differences aside, and focus on yes,
guys,
because in as much as you can do all you want for your child, but trust me, if you are a woman, you will never be that child's dad.
Yeah, you'll never be a father.
If nobody kuthiwa isdagwa or ujiva or ugroova, I always say, if there's certain things that the father does that don't sit well with you, as time goes by, he will then see, but actually my dad, man, I comment off. Have you seen that trend on TikTok
useless things I got my child. Then the mother posts her yena nomntwana, then on the next slide is the dad. But the dad is the useless thing. I'm like, how can you do that, guys?
And the internet never forgets. In the long run. And then like I've got a son. When he turns 18, should he decide about, okay, mama, now I want to change into my father's surname. I'm gonna now feel like I'm heartbroken, like I've done all these things for you, and now so no. Like I think when you decide finally, but I'm gonna be a mother, because we all know that if you have sex and unprotected, you can fall pregnant, and even in your pregnancy, you still have time to decide whether you want to keep that pregnancy or not. But when you get to the point where you decide where you want to keep the pregnancy, then you need to put your differences aside. Because in relationships, honestly speaking, ivele ibe wayesima kuba nomntana, ivele ibe ngathi nje is just taking igilulis off ramp. When you interchange and say gilulis, how complicated it is.
Yo, instead of being catalyst.
Exactly. So I think when people get to the stage of now wanting to be parents and wanting to keep the pregnancy and raise the child, your differences should be put aside. You will deal with them if you are able to solve them. If not, and you do it for the child. Because noba angaba useless kangakanani utatomntana okusalayo unless the father poses a threat. And I'm gonna say, because most like city or baby mom, and I know there's like a lot of situations where the fathers, like, they pose security threats on the child. In that case, yes, maybe you can keep your child away from. But in a case where the father really wants to be there for him, then, like, even if it's just
oh God, depression.
I'm post the uniform. Yes, Michael House. It's fine.
School fees.
Let him break. Let them be with their kids, because kids, at the end of the day, they need, like, our society is just gooby, and it's because of the fathers are absent in their children's lives. And in most it's because we are bitter baby mamas, if we are being honest.
Disclaimer.
No, please don't attack me. But I think we need the maturity to, be like, put on your grandpa eating granny panties, and be the bigger person. Be there for your child, yes, because at the end of the day. But allow the father to be in their kid's life if they want to, because you decided to have the child. So
nalo red flags but like,
yes,
I'm gonna die on, this is my man.
It's your hill that you're gonna die on.
The hill that I'm gonna die on.
Yeah, get on that hill and die on it. But or baby daddy access to abandana, please guys, it's not about you, it's about your child.
It's about the child. Yeah, that's true.
When our sisters, on your decision of deciding not to have
at this
child
point, I think initially it was a thing of pushing. It was a career decision. I was just being driven. I think because I grew up in a poverty. Some people might say, "Hi, Bonjani Pew." We didn't see that or whatever, but I don't think I appreciated like my surroundings. I just felt like I need to do more. I need to take myself out of this place and also I had a segment on my other YouTube, which is a disclaimer, guys. If you are watching Ashpok is not explosive. So when you come to Ashpok, please make sure that you do subscribe, because I realized that people are confused. But because of I grew up in that environment where amantombazana ayehokwa, ayethwalwa, ayochata with some men that they those are the things that affected me, and I just felt like I think I just became this alpha female that I'm like, I can do things on my own. I can. And as I've said, the career, because I mean, since after high school, I started working. From working, I went to varsity. After varsity, I was varsity. After varsity, I was varsity working. And also for me, I think that no offense to my exes if they do watch. If they do watch, no offenses, guys. But I don't think. Also, I've met someone where I'm like, it's okay. I can have a child with this person. For different reasons. It could be like for different reasons. Let me not point out a lot of things because who's my ex can sit down and listen to it like this is me. I haven't. But also another thing for me is I have a fear. I don't know if it's still that much stronger at this point, but I had a fear of not having a child but not being able to love my child the way
they need to be
loved. Because I feel like our parents had gone through a lot, guys. They had anger issues. I even my mother so I feel like those are the things that I'm like, for me, I am a very strict person, but I also feel like I want to have a child and not be aggressive towards Ndanam. But also because of the childhood traumas that I have, I'm also struggling that am I going to be able to sit down with my child and say, no, this is right, this is not, like this is wrong, this is right. So I'm just battling between the two. I want to be a now mother or now parent that is able to sit down and discuss things with their child. But also I'm just struggling with the other side that I grew up. It's just those things that I've been struggling with. But I still don't feel a pressure. I know like there are a lot of people that are concerned, like my cousins, people that are close to me. If you're not close to me, like don't ask me why, don't ask me. But people that are close to me that I actually don't mind asking. When they do ask me, I just say, next year. I'm like, next year. Yeah, not necessarily. It's something that I'm thinking of a lot lately. That maybe when I don't know, I'm already 35, guys. Like maybe when I'm 36, I don't know. When I'm 36, and when I'm like, okay, when I'm 36, but where's the father?
Okay, so we still need to find
the father. And when I find the father, the potential father, I'm like, I don't know, maybe the one that I'm gonna meet now going forward, it's gonna, I'm gonna be settled. But I feel like also people have, like my aunt got December, Magazom. You see, sometimes aunt is not what magazine is in Xhosa. But Magazom was just saying to me, but you need to get to a point where if you want a child, you need to have a child with someone who's got a good heart.
Yeah. Very important.
Have a child with someone who's got a good heart, and whilst you getting someone with, or you're having a child with someone who's got a good heart, don't have that thing about because if they're not there, then that's where you're gonna hate.
You start hating the father.
Yes, and also you're gonna be depressed because now and also because but I don't have, like, I know, see, hey, I can't conceive, I'm not fertile, whatever. No, I've never even checked or anything because I've never been worried about that. So yeah, I think it was just me pushing my career, trying to make sure that I'm settled, I'm fine, I'm independent as much as I don't know. And it just, when you start pushing your career, you don't realize by you're like, oh, I'm 30,
so
30, like I still have time.
You still need to achieve this goal, and
yes,
then
and then go. Then we're like, Papa, I'm like, okay, I'm 35.
Yeah.
Don't have a child.
All this wealth that you're creating and accumulating, who you gonna pass it on to?
Yeah, but also I'm like, my sister have kids, and maybe my other siblings are going to have kids. I might as well, if I don't have, I get to a point where I'm like, okay, I have decided like 100% I don't want kids. Probably spend on them or just spend on myself, child, whatever. But I'm not writing it off. And I just believe that like when it's time, when the time is right,
it's gonna
happen. The God, you know that Isaiah 60:22 Bible verse that says, when the time is right, I the Lord will make it happen. I just also think that maybe the was like I'm because uzaba dead good father. I'm like, oh, I'm Magambe before anything, but I just don't have any. It's not bad vibes, things that I'm going through.
I also
stress.
think it's very important, like the part you mentioned of you still looking for qualities in a man that you think is worthy to make you a mother. Like it's very important to have a child, nomdana or nobundu, guys, because you can have a child nomdu thinking, I know so chinjama se sinomdana. No, they will not, and you will resent them. So but yeah, the advantages of not having a child.
Girl, pack my bags and go.
Jonga.
Pack my bag.
Anytime.
Are we going to Cape Town?
Let's go.
Let's go. Pack
what
my
time?
bags.
Just send me the details.
I'm like, what? I'm like, oh. Like sometimes I'm like driving from work, like back from work. I'm like, oh, I'm so exhausted. I don't like I'm like, oh, thank you, Lord. Thank you, Jesus. There's no one who's African date. It's a Jimmy. African days. I'm on my big swam. Just no one is asking me anything. Like those are the advantages. Like I'm able to
do anything
I want anytime.
Go anywhere.
My time is my time, and I plan things. Like my life revolves around me. Yes. If I feel like I don't want to watch this on TV. I don't want to watch Cocomelon.
No.
I don't know anything about Cocomelon. I'm like, I'm watching my podcast. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. If like that's just it. Like my life revolves around me. I want to go back to school. I'm not thinking about what is going to happen with my child. How am I going to plan this and that? If I need to travel incidentally, I don't plan, like I don't need a nanny that's gonna come over or whatever. I don't have to make plans on anything. No. I don't have to make. Those are the advantages, but disadvantages are there as well. And I feel like people, just also a side note, guys. I feel like people should stop saying, at least when I you know that thing. No, at least when I see alright, I'm done. Because you don't know how I feel about not having a child. Could be, yes, in my case, it's not like I can't conceive anything. I don't know because I've never checked. But imagine if you're saying that to someone who's unable to get me. But I also feel like I was just having a discussion with my sister this at the time. We were talking about she's looking for a job. She's a qualified psychologist. And I was saying to her, you know, you are looking for a job because you want your own money, but you've got a husband and kids, and your husband is able to take care of like the household, the family, including you. And when you are outside of my life, you're looking at me thinking, I can partner, until you come into my life and then you realize that she's actually missing some things as well. It's that thing of we're talking about anxiety, everything. But like now sometimes I'm like, I wish I had a son, man. I wish I had a child, a son. I want a son.
Boy.
I want a boy. But I'm like, I wish I had a son. Then I boy, can a couple of rainbows. Oh, like those dates and those matching outfits. Like there are those things that you envy, and you realize that you don't have them. You are envying. Like I am not against Umchad. Like I'm just not against Umchad. I don't know if I'm for it. Maybe I'm 50% for it, 50%. I don't know. But I'm just thinking, like sometimes coming back to someone.
Yeah.
It has a role. It could be your child, it could be your spouse, but it has it all. So I feel like from outside, I try at least when you can just take your bags and go. And also I make it look like You know, it's a thing. You can.
My time is my time.
My time is my time, and but you don't know what I go through behind the scenes.
So the quietness can also be lonely.
That's very important.
The silence can be too loud.
The silence can be too loud. Like I'm like, oh God, like sometimes I look at my sister's kids. I'm like, oh. I enjoy them so much because also, as I was saying, I want to be the child that was able to. I feel like they get me because I'm like, oh no, and I don't have to do anything beyond. Like I'm like, no, don't do it. Like we get each other. So it's those like it could be an advantage of not having, but it is also a disadvantage because you do feel like, to be honest, you do feel it, and I know even my colleagues, they always say, Sibo don't have, we are telling you. But I'm like, it's easy to say because you have already.
Yeah.
You understand? It's like me saying, ungawufuni umsebenzi. But ndiyasebenza
uzobhadala i-tax
okanye uzoba ne-stress, uzoba ne-depression, uzoba ne-anxiety. But it's easy for you to say that because
you
are employed, you get me? So you can't say, like, I feel like it's easy to say fana uba ningayi emtshatweni uzabuya wena sobuya sowuthestile sofuna xa singayi njani sifuna ukuya sifuna ukuzivela phaa. So I just feel like that's why I'm like the thought of having a child at this age, I think is growing much more than when I was in my 20s and when I was in my early 30s.
Yeah.
At this point I'm like maybe one. I wonder if that is not going to come out as a sound.
Is it a plant?
It's a plant. You can continue. Ooh, my
so,
baby.
Eso is pity, eso you know, sometimes I want to get home, ne? Like I had a long day. Like I had a lot of crossings that I had to attend to. I had like a lot ne, that I was dealing with. And I just want to get home and do some quietness.
I get it.
Zafika encyclopedia. Mama, did you know that the space is like, and you have to change, like adapt to whatever the situation is at home, because you also don't want to be like giving your child the cold shoulder because their curiosity to be like explored and like we entertain. But now we say, Shami, if I'm not,
Alright, guys. No, I get you guys because it's the experiences that you guys go through, but I feel like it should be your decision.
Yeah.
It should be your decision. And I feel like the society has not come to terms that like there are going to be those aunties that do not have kids, and it's not a matter of they can't conceive or they're struggling, whatever. They just chose not to have umntwana. And I feel like it shouldn't be a thing of by the question hayi kutheni umdala ngowam kaloku uzaba wam, yes nikhona as family, but at the end of the day I'm the person who's going to be fully responsible and accountable for umntwana. So all those things, man. But I feel like I was watching you with your child, like at that age she's able to reason with you. You have a discussion, you have like a proper conversation. Yes, you need to be a parent, but you can have like a proper conversation with your son. He's old enough. Well, it comes with the responsibilities and whatnot. But I feel like it's a nice experience looking at it
from the outside.
Of course.
If we are being honestly, I wouldn't change it for the world. But I also think Nati, we abazali. We portray a beautiful, like we paint a very beautiful picture of having kids, and therefore people get into parenthood without the proper knowledge of like how it is to have a child. Like we make it look so nice, we wrap it around the gift, and like we make it look so cute and beautiful, and it is very nice, very like this is positive. But the responsibility that comes with it, it's also very big, because being entrusted with a soul, when you look at it, it's a soul that you have to look and like you nurture, you mold it, because it's a person on its own. I mean, like unguye ngokwakhe.
Yes.
So there's wena okungokwakho or ongumsebenzi wakho ukuba like umbumbe to come out a better person, to be a better person in society.
And you don't have control over that. You have control until a certain age.
So the outcome, you don't know. We can only pray and hope that they become better people. But also I think that before you can even think of having a child, your mind, like your mind needs to be in a very good space. You need to be able to like understand that it's no longer about you. You've got a person that you need to cater for. You've got a person who relies on you. And I'm not saying from maybe teenage until they are 18. When they become an adult, you can take a step back and on how to approach things. But your duty between those years, it's very important. And considering the lives that we are living, we have multiple jobs. So like our lives are so busy that we think that just throwing money at the situation. Or ebantwaneni at this point PS, PlayStation, because you are so busy. Isn't that be a distraction to them, instead of actually playing the parental role of actually being there? Because sibonile abazali bethu bebesebenza sibongile, like ubuye esikolweni nihlukane ekuseni beye emsebenzini ubhizi wena wenzana nezikhaftini zakho uye esikolweni the whole day for 8 hours awumboni. Uyabuya sidlala imigusha esiskipping, they come back at like 5:05. By the time they come back, they need to prepare food for everyone. By the time everyone is eating, we are planning to sleep for the next day. So like our lives are very busy. So you need to, when you have a child or you decide to make a child, you need to understand that you need to make time to mold that soul, that individual, and make sure that because
and you also need to have the resources, because you can have the love, you can have the mind, but there are things that honestly, guys, is for the man.
Exactly.
I know, Tina, I think we're a generation where we as we were saying, by economics, we just want thousands and thousands to be able to raise this child. But I mean, you want your child to go to a better school compared to the school that you went to. You want your child to have access to things that you did not have access to. And if you decide to have a child and you're not able to provide like that, it's also not a good thing, because as we said about the environment where like comparison corner, regardless of umfundisi ba wamkele background yakho wathi ngathi, but at the end of the day kids can see and kids are able to differentiate ba global ban kunje. So you also don't want to have a child who is depressed. Kids can be depressed, guys.
Plus generational these days.
They start at a very early age. They get depressed. But anyway, it's your choice. It's your choice. But like we don't need to put each other under pressure.
Yes, exactly. We should stop this thing of managing izibeleko
zabanye abantu. Definitely.
Whether they want to have kids or they do not owe you any explanation. Only their partners and probably the immediate families. But when security guards
and for also nani mother of one. You know that thing, hi man. No. I'm like, Njani, how can you even say that?
No.
Njani?
No. So that's test that I just wanted to see if I'm able to.
Now
that we've ubaba yakwazi ukwenzeka baphume.
We are fine. Well, I don't know. Maybe in the next year or so, I'll be saying, I'm taking a production break. I'm going on a production break because I am
on maternity
leave, whatever the case is. But anyway, guys, Thank you for joining us. Do you have anything to say before we close?
No, but don't forget, guys, to just comment on the topic we've had and niskolele how your bundle of joys are making you feel, or if you're needing loneliness, is it?
Guys, tell us if you are Team Lungi or you are Team Sibo in this case, because no.
So,
Buningi. Thank you so much, guys, for joining us, and please do not forget, please do not forget to subscribe, like, and share. From me, Sibo and
Lungi. Until next time.
bye.
Bye.